Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We're continuing along with Feed the Beast. We're going to be continuing with our energy core from Draconic. So last episode we sort of ran into a time frame, or time restraint, or yeah, I guess that's the right wording. Basically my hard drive was filling up and there was only 7 gigs free left, and I didn't want to continue and then accidentally keep continuing and not realizing that it wasn't recording anymore, so I went ahead and ended it as quickly as possible. It was over an hour long, but I wanted to try to get this up and running before the end of it, so I didn't make like a 20-minute video after an hour video, just to sort of put them together instead of doing it the way that way is. But I went ahead and freed up some hard drive space, and I am going to go ahead and continue along. So we had everything crafted for the tier 5. If we take a look, hit cancel again. I wish there was a way to get rid of this, so I don't have to look at that every single time. So if we take a look at tier 5, we need 1 energy core, 36 energy core stabilizers, 90 draconium blocks, and 80 redstone blocks. So if we take a look, we have the 36 particle generators, 1 energy core, 60, 70, 80, 90 draconium, and then 60, 70, 80 redstone. So it looks like we have everything that we need to actually craft it, but I also believe you need other things as well. And when I say that, you also need a, let me see. You also need pylons. So yeah, right here. Energy pylons are used to insert and extract energy from a core. To set one up, simply place one within 16 blocks of a core, and place a block of glass either above or below it, depending on its Y position relative to the core. If the pylon is above the center of the core, the glass needs to be on the bottom. Else, if the pylon is below the center of the core, the glass needs to be on top. So basically, the glass has to be towards the center. Pretty straightforward. To check that the pylon is connected to the core, simply shift right click the pylon block. It will create a line of particles that indicates which core it is connected to. If there's more than one core nearby, this will make the pylon cycle between the cores in range. Toggle the pylon between input and output modes. Simply right click the sphere. So it looks like we're gonna need 2 of those as well. So let's go ahead and craft those. It's gonna be too crazy. Where are they at here? Am I blind? I was looking for the sphere. I don't know why. Hey, how about we go in here so I can actually craft it? That makes sense. And we got the 2. And then we also need 2 pieces of glass. No problem. I am going to take that out, and I am also going to request 64. Just so we have some more glass in there. Okay, so it looks like we have everything that we need to. And if you remember in the last episode, I'm going to be placing this in the center of our dome. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of cobblestone just to make sure that we have everything. And the reason I'm doing this in the dome is I don't want to build it over at our house and then move it over to here. Seems kind of pointless. Now, the problem that we're going to have is, if you take a look at the center, it's not centered. It's a 4 block, so this is never going to be centered. Do any of them take more than 1 core? No. Do I have my tape measure? I do. Okay, so let's do this. So if I put it here, let's just say I do it here. Okay, there's no center, and that's what's going to annoy me. It's going to be off center 1. How many is it from here? 30, and I went up 1. Did I? I'll just put it on the light. 1 there. And there. There's no way that's higher, is it? No. Okay, so it's 32. So yeah, it's going to be off center by 1 regardless of what I do. So let's go ahead and it's not what I want to do, but I knew I should have made this odd. Usually I make it odd so there's exactly 1 in the middle. But of course I didn't, so you know that's what I get. Okay, this is a Y47. That should be good. I'm gonna place it right here. Okay, now what? Whoa. Hold on. Get rid of this. Okay. Build guide active. Layer 5. That didn't do nothing. Build guide is active. There we go. Okay. So you have to turn the build guide on, and then also you have to do tier up, tier down. So I want to do the tier 5, and then you can also display only certain layers. So there's layer 0, layer 1, so I can place those, and then I can right click on it and do layer 2, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and do this. If you hold shift and space, you'll be able to do what I'm doing here. I learned that the hard way. Okay, so now I have no way to actually grab that. Let's just do them all. Screw it. Holy lordy. Got one. Okay, so basically I basically just need a 3x3 of redstone. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Well, I don't have to hold shift anymore because it's like that. Okay, so now I need another layer of redstone. Okay, so I need 9 more redstone. That looks weird. No, I did something wrong. Yeah, it doesn't need to be here. It needs to be here. Okay, so now where do these go? Okay. Everywhere? That's it. Now the easiest way is to just and turn the build guide off. How do I assemble it from yeah, how can I assemble it? From out here. Can I reach out from here? How does this actually activate? Oh, I don't need particle generators. I need the energy core stabilizers. I have to go back. I didn't craft those. Alright, maybe this won't be a 20-minute video because I'm crazy. So I need 36 of those. Okay. Head back. Boom. Okay, so I have 36. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have to place these a little bit away. So I'm going to do 2 blocks away, maybe. So get rid of that. I want like a 1 block in between. Hey. Okay, so you have to shift click with these also. I could just lock my flight, but ooh, I'm doing farther away. That looks cool. 100% doing farther away. That looks amazing. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's place it out here. I should do farther. Nah, that's good. What I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, and place it. Still getting used to holding shift and space at the same time. It's kind of awkward. Really? Must be a slime biome or something. Or at least somewhere for them to spawn, I mean. Okay, so I got that. What's next? So now the pylons have to be... Guess what we'll do is we'll do this. Place it here. One below that, I'm sorry. Let's do it. No, let's do it here. Okay. Directly diagonal with it? Yeah. And let's do the same thing. How many away is that? 1, 2, 3, and then place. One, 2, 3. Place it. Now I have to place the glass. It says that it has to be on the top or bottom, but I'm assuming if I place it in the middle, it has to be on top. Okay, so I want that to be out. That one to be in. How did they say to check to see if that's linked to it? To check that the pylon is simply shift right click the pylon block. It will create a... Am I missing something on this? I don't think. I really don't think I'm missing anything. I have to be though. Okay, right click the core to open the GUI and set the tier. If you're building a tier 1, you can skip ahead to the section of stabilize. Otherwise, continue reading. Yeah, I did all that. Now, how do I get this to actually activate here? Do I have to feed it power? Let's go back and grab a point. Temp home. At flux. Every time I typed in flux point, the reason it doesn't come up is since they have a different name. As you can see, wither farm power, tree fluid extractor, resource monitor tier 2, furnace, celestial power. Those weren't coming up because I actually have them named. So I just typed in flux and it works perfect. So, but I need one of the points or plugs because I need to insert power and I need to exit power or whatever. Did I literally just grab the exact same thing, just different networks? Yeah, I did. But regardless, this is still a point. You can tell by the look of it. See how this one only has... No. Or am I going crazy here? Are these all the same? This one looks different than those. Let's just do this. I think this is an output. That's it. Like, this is to add to the power. That's to drain the power. Yeah. Put this back. Let's do this. Do charging. And let's rename this to... this is an input, so let's do energy core input. We'll name this one energy core output. Perfect. Now let's head back and let's go to dome. That one's going out, so I'm going to connect that to it, I assume. Then I'm going to... Wait, are they both the same now? Out. Okay. Okay, so it's saying that there's an input-output, and this is on the network, but it's not working. Did I do something wrong on this? Stabilizer is valid. Core is invalid. Where did I mess up? Used all the appropriate blocks. Everything is symmetrical. Eight, 6, 4, 47, and 1136. The core is invalid? Huh? Core is valid now. Advanced stabilizers required. Reactor stabilizer. Reactor stabilizer. Energy core stabilizer. There's no advanced stabilizers required. Why does it say Y equals 47? Oh, that's what I'm on, you idiot. At 1136. That's one more below me directly. Redstone block expected. I think that's where I'm standing. So maybe now that it says... Why is it saying core is invalid? Advanced stabilizers required. Here 5. 1 energy core. 36 energy core stabilizers. That's what those are. Energy core stabilizers. There's 9, 18, 27, 36. That's a perfect amount. 90 draconium, 80 in redstone, and 1 energy core. This is exactly what we did. Once you have a level, at least one stabilizer set up correctly, you can right-click it once again, open the energy core GUI. At this point, you will want to turn off the build guide. Oh! So once it's good, you have to right-click these to hit activate. Okay. There we go. Don't be overheating or anything. So this can hold how much? What's a G? What's that? Oh, more. So it's transferring 256,000 RF a tick. Right now we have 38 million in there. And it's only 0.07% of the way. What in the world is 59.3 G? 59.3 G and feed the beast. Okay, let's just do this. Draconic energy core tier 5 limit. 59.3 GRF. What does G stand for? Is that a number that I don't know of? Okay, so tier 5, it's 59.3 billion. Yeah, because that's 100,000 million billion. Yeah, so 59 billion. But this is saying G's, and I'm already at 300 million, which is, I mean, that's almost, oh no, I guess, yeah, I guess 25 billion would be half. So yeah, that seems about right. But it looks like we are transferring 256,000 into it. So what this is good for, now say all of the other, let me click back on here and get out of here. Let me open back up OBS just to make sure I'm still recording. I am. But what this is good for, now, I like the look of it, obviously. It looks cool. You got particles going in, particles going out. You got particles everywhere. Now, what's cool about this is everywhere that, okay, so I don't think this thing can overheat because it's not a reactor. Okay, it's not. Cool. So, if we take a look in, if we take our points and we have it all coming from this here, so what I could do is, how can I do that? How can I do that? That's an output, right? Plug. Or did I do this backwards? Did I do this backwards? Plug is for adding energy to the flux network, and flux points for removing energy from the flux network. No, I did that right. Right? So this is removing it from our network and adding it to this. This is like a battery basically. And then this is taking it, let me test something. Let me test something. So if I put this on sending, does that shut this whole thing down? Does this cause damage, by the way? No. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, so that's still taking 256,000. What I want to test now is I want to set a machine to this pink, which I have as a different whole nother thing called sending. So what I want to do is I want to actually try using it coming out of this. And it has to be out. There we go. So now that that's out, like it's pointing away from each other, which means it's going out. Which means we should be good. And like I was saying before, is that now that we have a big lump sum of energy, like we have 1.1 billion RF, now that those, let's just head back so I can explain it, because if I try going off the top of my head, I'm gonna be, I'm in the whole time. Now, if we do this fusion crafting where it took, what was it, like 350 million, I think it was, for the awakened. Let's see, 350 million. Now that we have like a billion RF already stored, and we don't have to wait for it to be generated, this should instantly do it, because this transfers unlimited amount, and I believe these don't have a limit either. So this should be like a snap, honestly. Now, here's what I want to test. Where's the machine that we could just throw something in real quick and test it? Well, we are gonna have. Let me throw all this garbage back in the ME, or in our system. Let's open up the backpack, throw those in there because we don't need those right now either. Okay, so what we're gonna need more of is our cryo-stabilized flux ducts. Actually, we're not going to. Actually, what's a machine that we could? I guess we could just throw it on. I guess we could just do this. Okay, it is working. So now if we go back to the dome, there should be particles going to the output. See them? 1, 1. You'll see them. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. So the more that we're taking out, the better. So now, let's try this. Let's go back to here. I want to do another awakened. So I need Draconic. I need 4 of these. And what else do I need for this? I want to test. I want to see how quickly this works here. What is it? 6 of those? 5 of those? 6? 6, and then a dragon heart. Do we have a dragon heart? No, but we can make the end crystal. I want to do this as a test, just to make sure. Oh, come on. A far reach from my. Oh, jeez, David. Can you do it right the first time, you moron? There you go. Yeah, I call myself a moron all the time. Also call myself half retarded, but that's okay. Alright, M portal. Pop up in here. I'm glad this isn't vanilla and that just happened to me. If that just happened to me in vanilla, I'd be so mad. But I got the Draconic armor on, which means I have, I'm fire resistant. I can go stand in the fire. It doesn't do anything to me. They need to do Mionite on, the new Mionite, they need to put it on some modded so he can get this armor, the Draconic, and he'll definitely be, Dianite Syndicate 100%. That'd be, actually pretty cool. But I think they're doing vanilla for right now. Do I even have an arrow on me so I can use my bow? Yeah, bring out the tape measure. That'll kill him. What? That's loud. Come on, destroy it. Also, I want to upgrade our bow in this episode also. Don't do that. Oh, don't be crashing. Thank you. I cannot wait to upgrade my computer. Give me your soul. I'm gonna get one of these times. I don't think it's possible, but I'm gonna get one. I think that automatically goes to me. The heart. I want to say that automatically gets dropped on me. Let's find out. Yep. Okay, we got what we need. Bye. And we're back. Not what I wanted. Also wrong? I'm slow, man. Let's see. Oh, no, 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 no. Take it out, take it out, take it out. I still have it on 3. Nice going, David. Nice, dude. Put it on that. Look at. Oh, it might be because this isn't chunk loaded. Oh, yeah, it is. I don't remember doing that. But, I mean, obviously, you can see that this is sending 256,000 at one time. So, I guess it can only send what it's receiving. No, it doesn't make any sense. There has to be a limit to 256. Okay, now it's sending everything. We're going to probably do that again just to test it. Because I had it on a transfer limit. Which means this down here probably has a transfer limit also. Now it's getting 1,000,000 RF a second. There we go. Now we're cruising. Okay, so it's not going to take 350 million at one time. It's probably too much, but it is taking 1 million a tick instead of 156,000 like it was before. So that is a lot faster. Okay, so now when we move all of the machines over to the other area, I'm going. What you have set up is. Wait, why is this not going daytime? Oh, it's moving. Okay. So what you do is how we have it set to the blue network. So you set the blue network to your input. So all of our power generation, all of the power generation, will be. That's also why that wasn't charging it what it was supposed to either, because we had it set to a 256,000 limit. I think. Maybe not, because this is generating 327. Oh, it's because it's raining. Let me find out real quick. Weather clear. 475 and wait, hello? Maybe I think I know why. So what you do, let me take that off. So what you do is basically you have all of your power generation. What you want to do is you want to set that to the blue. And blue is like your charging network. And then your pink, which in my case it's pink, you set that to your actual output network. So everything that's blue is giving your system power. And your pink network, or my secondary network, I keep saying pink because that's the color I have in my world. The pink one is everything taking it out of your system. So now if we head over to our power storage, come on, fly, thank you. And we go over to here. Blue is inputting power in. Let me set this to not have that. Yeah, 550. There we go. Now we're actually using all of our power here. There you go. Way to do it, David. Way to do it. So right now we're transferring 550,000 RF a tick. So what blue is input and pink is output. So now when we set our machines over here, all of our points, all of the flux points that we've already placed, we have to change it over to our sending network. And that's why I had these two set up before, because that's what I wanted to do with the battery. But it wasn't working because the battery had a transfer limit, and each one that you added to it, it lowered the chances of you were getting a percentage taken off when it transferred. It was horrible. So with the Draconic, there is no transfer limit. There's no nothing. You just throw your flux point on there. If you have no limit, you're good. So everything will be set to the sending. And then, so now, if say something happens to our power generation, like an early game, nothing's gonna happen now because we have solar panels. So unless the sun magically disappears and blows up, that would be the only way we'd have an issue. But early game, it's nice to have some type of backup. Unfortunately, Draconic's not a early game mod. But yeah, so right now we're cooking here. We're setting 550,000 RF. We're currently at 4 billion. And obviously we can upgrade our tier 5 energy core. All we do is just right click this, hit deactivate. It goes back to having just the blocks instead of the sphere. and you just you increase the size of this, which means you might have to move these back a little bit. So we have plenty of room. This could definitely get larger. Now, if we were to take a look at the recipe here, so the difference between tier 5 and tier 6 is 60 draconium blocks and 98 redstone blocks. So that's the steps between 5 and 6. Now, each time you go up, like I said, right now we can store 59 billion. Tier 6, you could store 356 billion. Tier 7, you can do 2.1 trillion. And then tier 8, I don't even know what number this is. Hold on. 100,000, million, billion, trillion. Whatever's after trillion, and then whatever's after that. I don't even know what that is. What's after trillion? Trillion, what's next? Okay, what comes after trillion? Quadrillion and then quintillion. Okay, so basically you get 9.2 quintillion. I didn't even know that was a thing. I never knew anything after trillion, to be honest. But quadrillion and then quintillion and then sextillion, septillion, octillion, nontillion, and decillion. Okay, so now we're getting into Spanish, just doing all that with like tens, because it isn't trace, and then dos, I don't know. Their numbers are weird like that too. But yeah, you could do, what did I say it was? Yeah, 9.2 quintillion RF storage. I don't think you'll. I mean, we could probably fill it up, to be honest. Just make a bunch of solar panels, but that's besides the point. So once we're happy with where we are and we have everything moved over to this actual system here, once we move everything over and we're comfortable with where we are, I'm probably going to upgrade this to maybe like the tier 7. I don't want to do tier 8 because, I mean, that's 786 draconium blocks and 378 awakened draconium blocks. If you're not catching on there, 378 awakened draconium blocks. Now, we don't have Woot up and running, and I know my mic volume's up high, and I'm probably screaming in your ear right now, but that's besides the point. 378 awakened draconium blocks. That is either you go and kill the Ender Dragon 378 times. And let me tell you, that's not going to be fun. I can guarantee you that. I don't care if you one hit the dragon. It's going to get annoying, repetitive, whatever. And that's where Woot comes in. The mod that I've been talking about for the last 20 episodes that I still didn't get into because I get sidetracked every single time. So, in between episodes, see, I don't want to do it in between episodes. What are you doing in my wall? Get out of there. I don't want to do it in between episodes, but I don't want to really record an entire video of me destroying everything and bringing it here and reorganizing. I really don't want to do that in a video. I really, really don't. But I really don't feel like skipping all of it and not making it some type of content. Now, I don't want to make it like a video like with where it's just fast forwarding the whole time. You know, like a what do they call that? See, this is where streaming would come in handy. On the fly, I got feedback. What is it called? I know they can have speed runs and speed builds, but there's an actual word for what I'm trying to say. Time lapse. There it is. See, I knew I'd think of it eventually. I didn't even have to Google it. I did open Google, but I didn't Google it. But I don't want to really do a time lapse. So what I might end up doing is maybe just maybe record it and upload it, depending on how long it's going to take. I'm sure it's going to take probably like 3 hours, to be quite honest. And if it does take about 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever it's going to be, I'll split it up into like into equivalent videos. So I can do like home moving part 1, part 2, part 3, or just do a whole 3 hour video. I don't know if that's, nobody's going to watch that, to be honest. I'll be lucky if I can get you guys to stick around for an hour video, let alone a 3 hour video. So I might break it up into like sections and upload it like the alternate days that I don't upload Feed to Beast, because right now I'm uploading Tomb Raider, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then I upload Feed the Beast Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So what I might do is I might upload Feed the Beast Monday through Saturday 1 week, maybe this week coming up. And when I'm recording this, I'm having such a good time playing this that I think I am 5 videos in advance right now. So when I say this week, it means that this week when I'm recording and not the week when this is coming out. So I'm sure you guys will already have an idea of what I'm doing because I'm saying this probably 4 days before this is coming out, or actually I could probably tell you, but yeah, I'm pre-recording because I'm having a great time playing this, and I really just want to play and play and play. And again, that's when streaming comes in handy, because I could just stream it every night, and then say if I stream it every night, I could just upload it to YouTube every night. Like, obviously it would be a day behind because there's no way I could work my job, get home at 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern, get home at 8 or 9, and then live stream for 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours, and then upload a video right after that. There would be absolutely no way. So obviously it would be the next day, but I don't know. I like the idea of live streaming. I like the idea of everything about it, but I don't know. So I'm going to move stuff in between episodes. I might record it, I might not. So if you guys see it, it'll be uploaded. If there is no daily upload for Feed the Beast, then you know I didn't record it, and there will be an episode where I sort of catch you guys up on where I'm at currently. The main concern is bringing over the auto processing, and then also our storage system, obviously, and then trying to get our automated redstone furnaces and pulverizers and stuff up and running again. I think that would be the best way to go about it, is just to bring over stuff one at a time, and that should work. Actually, let me go back over here. I know one of these solar panels, I thought it generated more than 250,000. Is it this one? What is this? Tier 4, Tier 5. Yeah, let's check this. About to be nighttime. Now it's raining. Holy Lord. All I want to do is some testing here. Okay, so this one doesn't. So the enabled limit's not doing anything to that. This thing's 475. It's outputting 475. Alright. Now, I was going to upgrade. I know that I was just like the way I was bringing the episode down to the end, but I, again, got sidetracked. I wanted to make tier 6. Now, if we take a look at the, what is that? Environmental. I don't know why I thought it was elemental. Alright, so, tier 5. Tier 5 is, or no, I'm sorry. We are on tier 5. I need tier 6. Tier 6 is the highest. So, this requires 2 lithium crystals. And then on top of that, you need 2 nether stars. And then on top of that, you need a structural frame tier 5, which also is a nether star. So you're looking at 3 nether stars per block on a tier 6. 3 nether stars. Now, this is a lot. So obviously it's, I could count it, but that's 13. So 13 and 13 is 26. And then if you count this side, you got to take off the 2 ends because I already counted it. So that's 11 and 11. So 22 and 26, that is 38, right? 11, 11, that's 22. 13, 13, 26. 26, 22. Yeah, 48. That's 48 nether stars just for this. Not including the solar cells, because I think the solar cells also required them. It didn't. I lied. Sorry. Excuse me. So you're looking at 48 just for the tier 5. Now the tier 6, obviously it's going to be bigger. Pretty straightforward. So you're looking at maybe, now again, you need 3. This was 46. So even if it was the exact same size as this tier 5 here, that's 46 blocks. Times that by 3, you're looking at 100 and, we'll just say 40. You're looking at 140. Did I do that right? No. Yes. 140. You know what? Just round it up. Just say this is 50, even though it's not. 50, you need 3. That's 150 nether stars. Now we have it. Don't get me wrong. We have 326. We have enough. I'm not saying we don't. But do I really want to do it? I mean, we're generating 475,000. I don't know of any machine that's actually going to require more than what we have, but I do want to upgrade all the way through the mod. I mean, we've already been through tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 5. Don't get carried away, David. Don't get carried away. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, we also did a tier 1 lightning rod. This thing actually generates a pretty decent amount, to be honest. I'm actually pretty surprised. And I think it actually generates lightning even when it's not raining. So I might even do the highest tier lightning rod, and then the highest tier solar panel, and then the highest tier resource and void ore miner. Now the only issue that we're going to have with the void ore miner is that it fills up our drives significantly. So we'll have to get in high gear for not crafting 256 storage, but we what is it, reborn? Yeah. We're going to have to get kicking on the 4096 and the 1024s. Because if we're able to get 8 of the 4096s, I mean, that's literally, I mean, from 256 to 1024, that's 2. I mean, no, that's 4. Yeah, that's 4. So that's 4 times. And then another 4 times. So that's 16 times the size of the 256. So that's 16 of those. So that's 2 of these drives in one bay. And that is a lot. And I feel like if we're able to do that, we'll be able to upgrade everything that we need in a timely manner. And so I'm going to set up auto crafting for that. We already went over auto crafting for all of these. I mean, everything's set up here. I mean, if we take a look, we have the 256 here. All we do is just do the exact same thing. All we have to do is just add this recipe here, and we can make 1024s. Make 4096, we just add this recipe here. So it's not that it's the time necessary to actually do it. And that's where it comes into, because I think each time not each time, but I think it took like a half hour to make about 10 of the 256s. So I mean, obviously if it's going to take a half hour to do those, it's going to take about an hour, probably about an hour and a half, unless somehow I can speed it up, which I don't know how I could. I mean, I could probably figure it out a way to speed it up. I would just have to eliminate some of the nonsense in between this, like maybe try to put a speed upgrade in these redstone furnace crafting things. I don't think it's going to do anything, because unless I make like 4 machines, like 4 redstone furnaces, just for silicon, 4 just for glass, 4 or 5 pulverizers just for sand, and then I could do like 3 or 4 for those, 3 or 4 for this one, 3 or 4 for that one. I think that would be the only way to speed it up, because if you can, like, say you had to make 400, instead of having one machine make 400, I can make 4 machines do 100 each, and that could speed it up 4 times. See what I mean? So if it took a half hour, if I made 4 machines per thing, and it evenly did it, you're only looking at 8 minutes instead of a half hour. So I know I'm just rambling on about what I want to do, but since we're moving from here to the dome, and we're taking everything with us, I think we need to get some organization going. I think we need a room just for auto crafting, and we need a room for just refined storage and just the storage drives and a couple other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and start destroying everything, putting it in the ME system. I keep calling it an ME system, into the refined storage system, and then I'm going to take all of this, place it over in the very top floor of our dome, and I'm going to start from there. Right now, we can put a hold on everything possible. We have enough ores, we have enough resources, we have everything that we need to do what we have to. So I'm going to go ahead in between episodes, take everything that we have, including all of this stuff down there, all of our furnaces, pulverizers, all of our environmental tech, all of the Draconic evolution, fusion crafting. I'm taking everything. Taking everything, placing it in our system, taking it over, setting it up, make sure I can still access everything, and I will continue the next episode then. So I'm going to go ahead and call this episode here, and feel free to like, subscribe, also ring the notification bell, and I guess I will catch you guys in the next one over at our new house.